up, people? It's your boy. I'm Chris the Dom One, and I am back with another video. Now, I normally don't do videos like this because when you do political videos, the two things I do not touch on, particularly pertaining to this channel, is politics and religion because it brings the worst out of people out there. Okay, they'll comment in the comment section, make excuses for the person that that have done something wrong, or you may have people on the other side of the fence who are overly aggressive. Okay, so you don't know what type of audience you're going to get when you cover topics like politics and religion. But anywho, let's get into it. Anthony Weiner, okay, which I get a chuckle every time I say his name. Ironically, his last name is going to be a name that he's probably going to be hearing for the foreseeable future for the next 21 months anyway. He's going to have to worry about a lot of big guys putting their Oscar Myers in his buttocks. But anywho, okay, Anthony Weiner was sentenced to prison 21 months behind bars because he was sexting. I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't know people still do this. But apparently Anthony Weiner did. He was sexting a 15-year-old girl, all right? On two different occasions, on Skype as well as Snapchat, on Snappity Chat, right? And he was sending some images that are not appropriate for a child, okay? Now, Anthony Weiner has changed his defense over the past couple of years. Now, for those out there who've been living under a rock, particularly when you're talking about Anthony Weiner, I'll allow a brother to explain. This was the same dude that was a congressman running to become mayor, and that's when all of this went down. By the way, Hillary Clinton co-signed to this individual until she got word about what he was doing. And a lot of people, a lot of naysayers, a lot of people out there in the political ring are suggesting that Hillary Clinton not only knew about it, but she was trying to cover it up, okay? But that's neither here nor there. That's not what this story is about, okay? Now, 21 months because he was sexting a 15-year-old minor, okay? Now, like I said, he had changed his alibi on several different occasions. All right, first, he said he couldn't help himself. He's got an illness, a sickness. Then his next excuse was about him not trying to go to prison. Basically, he said that he has a child. He has I believe, a 6-year-old child, and it's going to be hard to take care of his child if he's incarcerated. Which, by the way, he's married, and that marriage is going to go south real fast and real quick. Not because of him being indicted 21 months, but the simple fact of the things he was accused of. Okay. Yesterday, there were reports that said that when the judge sentenced him, he was crying like a baby. All right, he was crying, out loud in his seat, begging mercy for the judge. Now, his latest alibi was he was being extorted by this 15-year-old girl. Now, you mean to tell me a 51-year-old man is getting extorted by a 15-year-old girl, which he says later on she's going to write a book about it, which I'm pretty sure that was going to transpire, in her life, particularly when she becomes an adult. She's got a story to sell, and Hollywood will pay the big bucks for a juicy topic or a juicy story. Surprise, surprise. That happens all the time, Mr. Weiner. All right. Now, the judge also said that uh, the judge may change um, the ruling if Mr. Anthony Weiner, does or say something that may influence the judge to maybe possibly either suspend it or reduce uh, the time. Okay, which I'm pretty sure he's not going to serve 21 months in jail. Let's be fair. Let's be real out there. They're going to appeal this through all the court systems, and Mr. Anthony Weiner still has connections, not only connections in the political field, but connections for the complexion. And he's not going to spend that much time in jail. If anything, he may spend a couple of months, maybe possibly a couple of weeks, and spend the rest of his time in a halfway house, and then the majority of his reduced time at home. Okay, so this ain't one of them type of situations where he's going to spend 21 months in jail and he's got some decisions to make on how to keep those big boys off of his tail, or another decision, what type of lubrication is he going to be using, all right, to make the pain less painful, if you get what I'm saying. So he's not going to be in danger. They're probably, if he doesn't reduce the 21 months, which I'm pretty sure he will, they're going to send him to a prison that's less threatening. Yes, there are prisons out there in the United States that are less threatening. They're not going to stick him in Rikers. Okay, you can forget that. Okay, and me personally, he got himself caught up in a situation he couldn't get himself out of. Okay, just one of those types of situations. He may have an addiction problem with sex, but at the same time, he may be nasty and disgusting, and also at the same time, he has a sickness of showing his private parts to minors. It may be a bunch of things. He's probably going to have to see a shrink, either in prison or if he reaches out to for some help. Okay, but it's one of those situations that he got himself caught up in, and nobody's not really feeling sorry for him. And no matter what he says or what anybody else says, he's the one who got himself in this situation, and he should do the time since he did the crime. Okay, um, crying about it isn't going to change much, particularly when you have a minor involved. Normally, judges are not that merciful. They don't really show mercy, and if anything, he got off kind of lucky. Put anyone else in that predicament or in that situation, and they will be not only doing more, they would have been spending multiple years in jail, but when they come out of jail, if they come out of jail, they're going to have a hard time being very successful in society because they're going to have that stigma attached to them. Now, Anthony Weiner is going to have to deal with that once he finished doing whatever time he's going to do, but he's going to go back into society in a different type of rank and a different type of field. Sure, he's not going to be trying to become to work in the White House or be a congressman or a mayor or the president of the United States, which Donald Trump has been down a couple of these roads, not with the minor not with the minor part, but he has found himself in some sticky situation with women that are either his age or a little bit younger, not minor younger, and he turned out, Being, when you people that will vouch for you, and your life isn't as hard for you to recoup and make money and be successful, particularly when you're in a different type of circle as everyone else is. Things are not that it's not that hard for Anthony Weiner to when he gets out of this, when he finally pays his time, when he finally does his time. um, he's not going to be in a situation where he has to start all over again. Okay, so as far as his political, I don't think he'll be a politician no more. He's not going to definitely not going to work for no government or city job. Um, he can just kill that. I mean, they're not even going to hire him to become a janitor. But um, with a name like that, networks may be interested in him. Fox may be interested in him, depending on what he does from now to the foreseeable future, how he changes and cleans up his image. So a show like a network like Fox would probably pick him up, or NBC may take a chance on him. So as far as him being in the politician field, as far as electing for a position, he can kill that noise. But if he wants to be a talking head on one of these radio shows or one of these morning shows, political morning shows, he will have the opportunity to do those endeavors. Okay, so it's one of those weird things. I'm gonna have the link in the description. It's, this has been everyone knew this for years. Okay, and this is one of the reasons why Hillary Clinton had a hard time, in her endeavors to become president of the United States, because this was always floating and surrounding her. Like, she was the one co-signing to this, which, no one can link Hillary Clinton to this incident. However, everyone is connecting the dots and linking her as far as this much. She knew about it, okay? It's just one of those situations. I hope I don't know him personally, but I hope he do his time, go get some help, and apologize to the victim, even though you feel like the victim uh, sort of kind of schemed you, which I couldn't understand why he would say or believe that. Okay, but still, you made the mistake. She didn't force you to take pictures. You took them upon yourself. And hopefully, like I said, I don't have no ill will towards this guy other than the crime that he did. But if he does his time and he cleans up his image some and apologizes for what he did wrong, then that's a start for him in his new endeavor. Okay, it's not going to be in the political field. Be most likely a talking head on a radio or TV show. But guys, tell me what you think out there. Rate, comment, subscribe. Please hit that notification button, that notification bell, so you'll know when my next video or live stream is going down. It's your boy. I'm Christy Don 1, and I am Shaw.